16-year-olds are old enough to drive, work, and even pay taxes, but not old enough to vote. A growing campaign called Vote 16 USA is challenging that and arguing it could strengthen democracy by giving teens a voice in their future. We spoke with local representatives to learn more.
Vote 16 USA it supports youth-led campaigns to extend voting rights to 16 and 17-year-olds in local, state, and federal elections. We believe that our democracy should be just, representative, and inclusive, and that for far too long, uh, youth have been um, youth voices have been completely disregarded from the political process. And they have some of the most innovative solutions to some of the most pressing issues in their communities, and their voices should be heard and respected.
I originally had the idea to, lower the voting age to 16 in Palo Alto at the end of last year, the tail end of last year after the 2024 election. And I was honestly just really frustrated that, 16-year-olds like now aren't able to vote in very important elections, and they're not able to get involved in, this sort of process. And so it was kind of just me researching for a while, and then I got in touch with LaJuan, who's the director of the National Vote 16 USA organization, and he kind of suggested to me the idea of bringing together a group of like-minded, civically engaged students in Palo Alto, and we could create our own Vote 16 Palo Alto.
I think there is, like we've seen in the past, something that a lot of people have also kind of talked about is how young voters are getting more apathetic, or they're like sort of less interested in politics than they used to be even before they were not a very high turnout group. But that trend has only worsened, especially in like the recent 2024 election. I think that Vote 16, or like lowering the voting age to 16, especially for local elections, actually allows younger voters to get informed about the political process and actually make a real impact in their community, which influences them to become better voters long term. So I think it's really important because we're actually solving many of the concerns that people have with younger voters and actually creating a more informed voter base for the future and just a generally more civically healthy society.
15 cities across the nation have extended voting rights to 16 and 17-year-olds, and that's as a result of testimony that folks have heard from 16 and 17-year-olds in these respective communities.
Whether or not the voting age drops to 16, movements like Vote 16 are already shaping the future of civic engagement. For InFocus, I'm Alon Milman, co-reporting with Connor Bond and Maiya Pegg.